Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Colin Hungerpiller, and as the president of Omicron Delta Kappa, I welcome you all to the University of South Carolina Awards Day. First, let me acknowledge our special guests and participants on the platform today. Dr. Harris Pastides is the president of the University of South Carolina. Dr. Cheryl Addy is the vice provost and dean of the graduate school. Dr. Dennis Pruitt is Vice President for Student Affairs and Vice Provost. Mr. Kenny Heath Jr. is the Secretary to the University's Board of Trustees. Miss Lizzie Keegan is Chair of the Carolina Faith Communities, and she will be delivering our invocation, and Mr. Luke Rankin is the Student Body President. On behalf of the university, I would like to thank all of the parents, friends, and family members who are here today. Your support is a large part of our success as students, and your presence makes this program all the more significant. This ceremony is always an exciting time to recognize the service, scholarship, leadership, and character exemplified by USC students. It's a wonderful way to close the year, and for some of us, to close our time here at USC. I'm sure you will be inspired when hearing some of the accomplishments of this year's award winners. Miss Lizzie Keegan will now give the invocation.
Let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for this beautiful day to gather on our wonderful campus. Thank you for the opportunity to celebrate and honor students and faculty through these nominations and awards. We ask your blessing on this ceremony, that all who gather together today might rejoice in each other's successes. Bless all of our endeavors to serve one another, to serve our campus, and to serve our world. May this celebration and these awards mark the continuation of service, of work, and of endurance towards making a better world for all people. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until we have completed the awards presentation. To begin our award program, Dr. Taylo Harding, Dean of the School of Music, will present the 5 awards given from the School of Music. The Robert Prusen Music Leadership Award is presented to Bridget Piccarelli, a senior music education major from Charlotte, North Carolina. The Arthur M. Frazier Award goes to John Cadell, a senior music theory major from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. The winner of this year's Canty Award for Excellence is Chloe Johnston, a junior music performance major from Clover, South Carolina. The Robert Van Doren Award is presented to Adam Rafferty, a senior music education major from Owensboro, Kentucky. And the Presser Scholar Award goes to Thomas Palmer, a junior music composition major from Greenville, South Carolina.
Awards for the Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice are presented this year by Student Services Coordinator Shamari Jenkins. The Outstanding Academic Excellence Award goes to Hannah Joslin, a senior from Sumter, South Carolina. The Outstanding Service Award is presented to Justice Hill, a senior from Anderson, South Carolina. And the Diamani A. Green Memorial Award goes to Emily Martin, a senior from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Presenting for the Department of Exercise Science is Dr. Raymond Thompson, Undergraduate Director and Clinical Assistant Professor. Awards are given to 3 senior Outstanding Exercise Science students. They are Emmanuel Ayala from Anderson, South Carolina, William Cosby from Fairfax, Virginia, and Mackenzie Myers from Carrollton, Virginia.
Presenting for the College of Social Work is Program Coordinator and Clinical Assistant Professor Dr. Daniel Friedman. The BSW Community Engagement Award is presented to Shelby Gwynn, a senior from Lugoff, South Carolina. The recipient of the BSW Diversity and Inclusion Award is Justina Rizkala, a senior from Greenville, South Carolina. And the BSW Student Achievement Award goes to Sarah Cassidy, a senior from Cranford, New Jersey. The College of Nursing Awards will be presented by Dr. Jeanette Andrews, Dean of the College of Nursing, and Helen Gurley-Wolford, Professor of Nursing. This year's Academic Excellence Awards goes to Emma Gallagher, a senior nursing student from Weddington, North Carolina. Emma could not join us today. The Academic Excellence Award, RN-BSN, is being presented to 4 senior students. Brittany Pace from Irmo, South Carolina. And the following students who could not be here today: Scott Hutchinson from Morrisville, North Carolina, and Elizabeth McNeil from Fort Mill, South Carolina, and Amin Noser from Richmond, Virginia, who could not attend.
The Outstanding Undergraduate Clinical Performance Award goes to Brooklyn Adkins, a senior from Rock Hill, South Carolina. The Outstanding Undergraduate Community Service Award is presented to Kayla Jamison, a senior from Orangeburg, South Carolina. The Outstanding Undergraduate Leadership Award goes to 2 senior nursing students, Megan Sharner from Mainville, Ohio, and Molly Melton from Catawba, South Carolina. The Outstanding Research and Scholarship Award goes to Lisa Rock, a senior from Walterboro, South Carolina. The Palmetto Gold Scholarship Award goes to Katie Milo, a sophomore from Cary, North Carolina. The Undergraduate Nursing Impact Award is presented to De'Erica Wilkes, a senior from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Dr. Tom Reichert, Dean of the College of Information and Communications, is here to present the awards from the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. First, the Outstanding Advertising Senior Award is given to 2 students, Suzanne Green from Columbia, South Carolina, and Noah McGill from Columbia, South Carolina. Next, the Outstanding Broadcast Journalism Senior Award for reporting goes to Anjali Patel from Simpsonville, South Carolina. The Outstanding Broadcast Journalism Senior Award for leadership is presented to Nicholas Proto from Medford Lakes, New Jersey. The Outstanding Mass Communication Senior Award is presented to 2 students, Callie Cox from Columbia, South Carolina, and Lauren Schwartz from North Wales, Pennsylvania. The recipient of the Outstanding Public Relations Senior Award is Skylar Smith from Apex, North Carolina. The Hugh Munn Award is presented to Public Relations Senior Morgan McKenzie from Wheaton, Illinois.
This year, the Outstanding Visual Communication Student Award is presented to Kristen Stitzline from Olney, Maryland. The George Andrew Buchanan Award is presented to Mary Ramsey, a senior journalism major from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The final award for journalism and mass communications is the J. Ryan McKissick Award, which goes to Rachel Pittman, a senior journalism major from Cumming, Georgia, who could not be here. Representing the Darla Moore School of Business, Dr. Janice Bass, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, accompanied by Student Services Directors Mackenzie King and Brian Shelton. 5 senior students will receive the Dean's Award for undergraduate achievement. Madison Horton, a marketing major from Lexington, South Carolina. Rachel Muma, an operations and supply chain major from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Mitchell Piekner, an international business and operations and supply chain major from Johns Creek, Georgia. Bryant Sasser, an accounting, operations and supply chain, and finance major from Waswell, Georgia. And Alexander Sobelman, an operations and supply chain and finance major from Glastonbury, Connecticut. The Outstanding Senior Award for Academic Excellence is awarded to the top student from each of the 9 undergraduate majors in the school. For accounting, Perry Oxner from Greenville, South Carolina. For economics, Claire Hatchton from Louisville, Kentucky. For international business, Audrey Ware from Jacksonville, Florida. For management, Max Talmadge from Lexington, South Carolina. For operations and supply chain, Mitchell Piekner from Johns Creek, Georgia. For real estate, Lucy Green from Charlotte, North Carolina. For risk management and insurance, Delaney Jacobs from Germantown, Maryland. For finance, Jennifer Quinlan from Irmo, South Carolina. And for marketing, Brienne Okuda from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who could not be here.
Awards for the Department of Biological Sciences will be presented by the Director of Undergraduate Studies, Dr. Amanda Ziegler. The Outstanding Biological Sciences Senior Award is presented to Michael Clinton from Columbia, South Carolina. And the James T. Penny Award goes to Kirkland Peterson, a senior from Great Falls, Virginia. Awards for the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry will be presented by Terrell Moore, Student Services Coordinator. The Analytical Chemistry Award of the American Chemical Society goes to Gretchen Bowler, a senior biochemistry and molecular biology major from Fort Mill, South Carolina. Gretchen is also the recipient of the American Chemical Society Division of Environmental Chemistry and Undergraduate Award. This year's recipient of the Victor Laurie Junior Year Scholarship is Ian Bain, a sophomore chemistry major from Columbia, South Carolina. The Victor Laurie Senior Year Scholarship is presented to Kristen Livingston, a junior chemistry major from Aiken, South Carolina. The American Chemical Society South Carolina Section Outstanding Undergraduate Senior Chemistry Major Award goes to Deanna Keene from Brookfield, Illinois. The American Chemical Society Division of Inorganic Chemistry Undergraduate Award goes to Grayson Gimlet, a junior from Hickory, North Carolina. The American Chemical Society Undergraduate Award in Organic Chemistry is presented to Raquel Bourgeois, a junior from Bloomington, Minnesota. The American Chemical Society Division of Physical Chemistry Undergraduate Award in Physical Chemistry is Jacqueline Shaner. The recipient of this year's Hiram and LaWanda Allen Award for Excellence in Chemistry is Rebecca Hugh, a senior chemistry major from Duluth, Georgia. The Hiram and LaWanda Allen Scholarship for Excellence in Chemistry goes to Yana Leese, a junior biochemistry and molecular biology major from Columbia, South Carolina, who could not attend. The Joseph W. and Julia L. Bucknight Scholarship is presented to Bronwyn Hartman, a sophomore biochemistry and molecular biology major from Sumter, South Carolina. The Tommy and Fred Hickman Scholarship is presented to Terrell Roach, a sophomore chemistry major from Columbia, South Carolina, who could not be here. The Betty R. Funderburg Undergraduate Biomedical Research Award goes to 3 biochemistry and molecular biology students. Sarah Pye, a junior for Lexington, South Carolina. Sarah Wallum, a senior from Columbia, South Carolina. And Rachel Ziegler, a junior from Roswell, Georgia. The final award for chemistry and biochemistry is the Royal Society of Chemistry Certificate of Excellence. This award is presented to Wilson Edenfield, a senior chemistry major from Irmo, South Carolina.
Dr. Jed Lyons, Senior Associate Dean, will now present the awards for the College of Engineering and Computing. College of Engineering and Computing Outstanding Senior Awards are presented to the outstanding seniors in each major area. They are Victor Madormo from Cleveland, Ohio, for biomedical engineering. Jacob Balziger from Irmo, South Carolina, for chemical engineering. Alex Brasington from Lancaster, South Carolina, for civil engineering. James Coman from Arlington, Texas, for computer engineering. Michael Afrin from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, for computer information systems. Carissa Pitchai from Simpsonville, South Carolina, for computer science. Kyle Drain from Waxhaw, North Carolina, for electrical engineering. Danielle Dispoto from Ramsey, New Jersey, for integrated information technology. And Devin Fox from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, for mechanical engineering.
The South Carolina Society of Professional Engineers Outstanding Senior Award is presented to outstanding seniors in each engineering major. They are Sydney Weaver from Charlotte, North Carolina, for biomedical engineering. Elizabeth Grace from Milford, Ohio, for chemical engineering. David Bianco from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, for civil engineering. Jared Wigmore from Glen Allen, Virginia, for electrical engineering. Wendy Zawanka from Lexington, South Carolina, for mechanical engineering. And Wiley Gunn from Panama City, Florida, for computer engineering, who could not be here today. For the College of Hospitality, Retail, and Sports Management, Dr. Drew Martin, Director and Professor, will begin the presentations with the Academic Excellence Award for Tourism Management to Julie Doutrick, a senior from Ole, Pennsylvania. Dr. Martin will accept the award for the Academic Excellence Award for Hospitality Management on behalf of Senior Kendall Brogdon from Sumter, South Carolina, who could not join us today.
The Academic Excellence Award for Interdisciplinary Studies is presented by Assistant Dean of Student Services, Kathy Smiling, to Marshall Rowe, a senior from Columbia, South Carolina. Ms. Smiling presents the Academic Excellence Award in Retailing to Julie Kleifges, a senior from Sudbury, Massachusetts. Here to present the Academic Excellence Award in Sport and Entertainment Management is Chair Dr. Matt Brown. This award is presented to Kylie Burns, a senior from Plano, Texas. The final award for this college is the Dean's Award for Outstanding Leadership, which will be presented by Dean Haymoon O. The award goes to Allison Lausch, a senior retailing major from Weddington, North Carolina. Dr. Gwendolyn Guidell, Undergraduate Director, will present the awards from the School of the Earth, Ocean, and Environment. The recipient of the Outstanding Undergraduate Award in Environmental Science is Mackenzie Moonen, a senior from Cranford, New Jersey, who could not be here today. The Bruce C. Kuhl Outstanding Undergraduate Award in Environmental Studies goes to Elizabeth Bulzomi, a senior from Carle Place, New York.
The Distinguished Academic Achievement Award in the Geosciences is presented to Alexander Gore, a senior from Canton, Ohio. The Outstanding Senior Award in the Geosciences is presented to two students from Marietta, Georgia, Jacob Burstein and Joshua Burstein. Next, the Outstanding Junior Award in the Geosciences is presented to Nicholas Mitchell from Fort Mill, South Carolina. The Stephen Tabor Award in the Geosciences is presented to three students: Daniel Harrington, a junior from Aiken, South Carolina; Gabrielle Herron, a junior from Dayton, Ohio; and Courtney Kemmer, a senior from Great Falls, South Carolina. The Outstanding Undergraduate Award in Marine Science goes to senior Casey Brayton from Irmo, South Carolina, who could not attend. The recipient of the Tracy J. Heinzelman Memorial Scholarship in Marine Science is Mara Glovins, a sophomore marine science major from Corning, New York. Dr. Guidell is joined by Dr. Kirsten Kennedy, Associate Vice President for Student Housing and Well-Being and Interim Director of Sustainability, to present the Harris Pastides and Patricia Moore Pastides Sustainability Award. The recipient is Sarah Eustace, a junior BARSC major from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Professor and Chair, Dr. Lincoln Liu, will present the awards for the Department of Mathematics. The recipient of the James Bruce Coleman Mathematics Scholarship is Jacob Folks, a sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina. Dr. Liu is joined by Distinguished Professor Emeritus, Dr. Thomas Markham, to present the Thomas Markham Mathematics Scholarship. The Thomas Markham Mathematics Scholarship is awarded to 4 students this year: Sydney Miyazaki, a sophomore from Elgin, South Carolina; Joseph Zambellis, a junior from Greenville, South Carolina; and the following students who could not be here today: Thomas Elgin, a junior from Greenville, South Carolina; and Noel Pendergraft, a junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. The Polston Family Mathematics Scholarship is awarded to Austin Aguilera, a junior from Elk Ridge, Maryland, who could not be here. The recipient of the Carrie K. Smith Jr. Mathematics Scholarship is Scott Buckman, a sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia. The Wyman L. Williams Scholarship is presented to Reagan Lug, a junior from Bedford, Pennsylvania.
The recipient of the Lovelace Family Endowed Scholarship is Jackson Maris, a junior from Greenville, South Carolina, who could not be here today. The Victor W. Laurie Undergraduate Research Scholarship is presented to Jeffrey Russell, a sophomore from York, South Carolina. There are 3 recipients of the Outstanding Undergraduate Student in Mathematics. They are seniors: Noemi Glazer from Fairfax, Virginia, and the following students who could not be here: Dylan Fillmore from Greenville, South Carolina, and Ronald Harrigers from Chapin, South Carolina. Our final presentation for the Department of Mathematics is the Outstanding Undergraduate Student in Mathematics Education Award. This honor is presented to China Wilson, a senior from Sumter, South Carolina. Dr. Jeffrey Wilson, Director of Undergraduate Studies, will present the award for the Department of Physics and Astronomy. The Nina and Frank Avignone Fellowship is given to Andrew Dutton, a senior physics and philosophy major from Seneca, South Carolina.
Dr. David Hitchcock, Undergraduate Director, will present the awards for the Department of Statistics. The Mu Sigma Rho Award goes to Gavin Cawley, a senior biological sciences and statistics major from Davidsonville, Maryland. The recipient of the Stephen D. Durham Award is Kara Solzer, a senior statistics major from Linwood, New Jersey. The John D. Spurrier Scholarship recipient is Thomas Burkett, a freshman from Lehman, South Carolina, who was unable to attend. The Department of Statistics Excellence in Academics Award goes to Thomas Best, a sophomore statistics major from Hatboro, Pennsylvania. Dr. John Peterson, Dean of the College of Education, will present awards to 4 senior students. The recipient of the Outstanding Teacher Major in Physical Education is Sean Coffey from Lexington, South Carolina. The recipient of the Middle Level Education Outstanding Senior Award is Blythe Vickery from Columbia, South Carolina. The recipient of the Elementary Education Outstanding Senior Award is Kirsten Feldner from Irmo, South Carolina. The recipient of the Early Childhood Education Outstanding Senior Award is Brianna Jenkins from Walterboro, South Carolina.
The College of Pharmacy Awards will be presented today by Dr. Amy Grant, Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Diversity. 7 pharmacy students have been named the recipients of the Rho Chi Pharmaceutical Honor Society Scholastic Achievement Award. Olivia Olawine from Anderson, South Carolina. Allison Mueller from Beaverton, Oregon. Andy Wynn from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Jamie Russell Jr. from Lexington, South Carolina. Alexandria Waddell from Columbia, South Carolina. Jeremy Weeks from North Augusta, South Carolina. And Catherine Wolf from Salisbury, North Carolina. Five pre-pharmacy students have been named recipients of the Kappa Psi Scholastic Achievement Award. They are Abigail Alexander from Somerville, South Carolina. Brooke Gastomi from Muskego, Wisconsin. Katerina Paramenko from Kherson, Ukraine. Caitlin Paxton from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Farah Vahora from Columbia, South Carolina, who could not attend.
Dr. Carlina Delacova, Associate Professor and Director of Undergraduate Studies, will present the awards for the Department of Anthropology. The Outstanding Anthropology Student Award is presented to two senior students, Isabella Heimke from Rocky River, Ohio, and Kirsten Weber from Columbia, South Carolina. Awards for the Department of English Language and Literature will be presented by Associate Professor Dr. Catherine Kaiser. The Havilah Babcock Short Story Contest Award goes to junior Nellie Hildebrandt from Rock Hill, South Carolina, who could not attend. The recipient of the Havilah Babcock Poetry Contest Award is Victoria Carey Vo, a senior from Haymarket, Virginia. 3 junior English majors will receive the N.G. Belser Scholarship. Brandiza Hutchinson from Columbia, South Carolina. Megan Knight from Blythewood, South Carolina. And Trad Stover from Sumter, South Carolina. This year's recipient of the Merrill G. Christofferson Scholars Award is Allie Anderson Herekny, a senior from Chapin, South Carolina.
The recipient of the Peter Mackey Scholarship Award is Hansel Hayes, a junior from Simpsonville, South Carolina. The winner of the J.S. Reynolds Essay Contest Award this year is Grace Riley, a senior from Greenville, South Carolina. The winner of the Carrie K. Smith Jr. Award is senior Rebecca Steptoe, who could not be here. Rebecca is also the recipient of the John K. Hoey Honors Scholarship Award. The George Walker Waring Award is presented to 2 sophomore recipients, Madeline Hoverkamp from Hanover, Pennsylvania, and Sydney Reed from Greenville, South Carolina. This year's Polston Scholarship Awards are presented to 2 junior recipients, Harrison Otto from Boyertown, Pennsylvania, and Nellie Hildebrandt from Rock Hill, South Carolina, who could not attend. The next award for English is the Distinguished Junior Award, given this year to 4 recipients. Sarah Ammons from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Lindsay Ebner from West Columbia, South Carolina. Michelle Riley from Long Island, New York. And Michaela Hansen from Lexington, South Carolina, who could not be here.
The Distinguished Senior Award is also given to 4 recipients. Danya Shakur from West Columbia, South Carolina. John Hoylu from Greenville, South Carolina. John Queen from Columbia, South Carolina. And Riley Farmer from Gilbert, South Carolina. The Heidi M. Hilburn Memorial Award is presented to Elizabeth Schell from Greenville, South Carolina, who could not be here. The Heidi M. Hilburn Poetry Award is presented to Haley Kellner, a senior from Anderson, South Carolina. Dr. Greg Carbonet will present the awards for the Department of Geography. The Rising Senior in Geography Award goes to Nathaniel Posey from Columbia, South Carolina. The Julian J. Petty Award goes to Patrick McKenzie, a senior from Lexington, South Carolina. This year's Donald O. Bushman Award is Micah Luche, a junior from Charleston, South Carolina, who could not attend. And the final Geography Award, the Bennett M. Masashi Memorial Scholarship, goes to Joseph Sparacino, a sophomore from Woodbridge, Virginia.
Today's presenter from the Department of History is Undergraduate Director
Dr. Catherine Edwards. The recipient of the Hampton Rogers Award is Catherine Aratakis, a senior history and English major from Port Jefferson Station, New York.
The Charles W. Coolidge Award is presented today to two senior history majors. They are Bailey Watts from Blythewood, South Carolina, and Sophie Kaler from Columbia, South Carolina, who could not be here today. Finally, the William G. Chip Roberts Scholarship Award goes to Alexandra Toney, a senior history major from Columbia, South Carolina, who could not be here today. Dr. Nicholas Vachoni, Department Chair, will present the awards for the Department of Languages, Literatures, and Cultures. The Robert F. W. Alston Award in Ancient Languages goes to Logan Dwyer, a senior Russian and Classics major from Summerville, South Carolina, who could not attend. The Irvine F. Belser Award in Classics is presented to Alice Palkovitz, a senior Classics and International Studies major from Baltimore, Maryland.
9 awards for excellence in undergraduate language studies are presented this year. These go to Gregory Burton, a senior International Studies and Psychology major from Plainsboro, New Jersey, for Arabic. Alice Palkovitz, a senior Classics and International Studies major from Baltimore, Maryland, for Classics. Bailey Scribner, a senior German major from New Milford, Connecticut, for German. Bridget Walsh, a senior International Business and Accounting major from Greenville, South Carolina, for Italian. Michael Clark, a senior International Business and Finance major from Mayfield Heights, Ohio, for Japanese, who could not attend. Caroline Gates, a senior Business Economics major from Lexington, South Carolina, for Portuguese. Adam Haji, a senior International Business, Economics, and Operations and Supply Chain major from Lexington, South Carolina, for Portuguese, who could not attend. Amelia Parks, a sophomore Russian and French major from Kingsport, Tennessee, for Russian. And Ashley Vickery, a junior Spanish major from Columbia, South Carolina, for Spanish, who could not be here.
This year's Ludmila Ignatiev Kalaham Award goes to Summer Justice, a senior biology and Russian major from Chapin, South Carolina. The Heisch Scholarship in German Studies is presented to Michael McMahon, a sophomore International Business and Accounting major from Nashville, Tennessee, who could not be here. And the Francis W. Bradley Award in Romance is awarded to Anna Wolverton, a senior German, Spanish, and Global Studies major from Irmo, South Carolina. Dr. Ann Pollock, Undergraduate Director, will present the awards for the Department of Philosophy. The Josiah Morse Award is presented to 3 senior philosophy majors. Samuel Miller Poling from Columbia, South Carolina. Zane Nafa from Elgin, South Carolina. and Benjamin Spencer from Smyrna, South Carolina. The Edna W. and Foster E. Tate Scholarship is awarded to 2 senior students. Andrew Dutton, a philosophy and physics major from Seneca, South Carolina, and Benjamin Mutton, a philosophy major from Ashburn, Virginia.
Dr. Neil Levins, Undergraduate Program Director, will present the Department of Psychology Awards. The recipients of the Roger W. Black Award for Psychological Research are seniors: Olivia Bernard from North Augusta and Madeline Quirk from Marietta, Georgia. The Kendra Cusack Community Engagement and Leadership Award is presented to 2 junior students: Abigail De Ariano from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and Carrie Johnstone from Clemson, South Carolina. The M. Kershaw Walsh Award for Academic Achievement is presented to 8 senior students: Mackenzie Bailey from Fort Mill, South Carolina, Catherine Cohen from North Augusta, South Carolina, Finian Owen from Marietta, Georgia, Lindsay Reynolds from Seabrook, Texas, and the following students who could not attend: Melinda Coniglio from Lincolnshire, Illinois, Mia Margolis from Berwyn, Pennsylvania, Haley Miller from Old Tappan, New Jersey, and Kendall Brogdon from Sumter, South Carolina.
Representing the Department of Religious Studies, Assistant Professor and Undergraduate Director, Dr. John Monsegur. This year's recipient of the Elizabeth Dodge Clark Book Prize is Aaron Schnupp, a senior religious studies major from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Undergraduate Director, Dr. Jennifer Augustine, is the presenter for the Department of Sociology. The Rising Senior of the Year Award goes to Rachel Freed from Summerville, South Carolina. And the Outstanding Senior Major in Sociology Award goes to Elise Jameson from Canfield, Ohio. Laura Kissel, Program Director, will come forward to present the Film and Media Studies Program Award. Ina Ray Hark Award is presented to Luis Mario Rosas Riviera, a junior from Summerville, South Carolina.
Dr. Daniel Jenkins, Associate Professor of Music Theory, will present the award for Women's and Gender Studies. This year's winner of the Arnie Robinson Child Student Award is Hannah Quire, an English and Women's and Gender Studies major from Cumming, Georgia. Dr. Susan Elkins, Palmetto College Chancellor, will present the next award on behalf of Palmetto College. The David L. Burgraff Award is presented to Rachel Davis, an elementary education major from Casey, South Carolina. The Department of Athletics is represented by Senior Associate Athletic Director for Academics and Student Development, Maria Hickman, who will present the H. Boyd McWhorter SEC Scholar Athlete Award. This year's recipients are both members of the swimming and diving teams. Emma Barksdale, a senior public relations major from Davis, California, and Flynn Manuth, a senior finance and accounting major from Regensburg, Germany.
At this time, Ms. Novella Beskid, Assistant Dean for National Fellowships and Scholar Programs, with the participation of several co-presenters, will continue with presentation of awards to National Fellowship and Scholarship recipients. Dodd Rise, through the German Academic Exchange Service, funds scholarships which provide undergraduate students the opportunity to complete a summer research internship at top German universities and research institutions. One student has received the award. Our Dodd Rise recipient is Rembert White. Rembert is a junior in the South Carolina Honors College, majoring in chemical engineering from Irmo, South Carolina. He will be conducting research this summer in Germany in the Elmina Technical University. Dr. Miriam Torres, advisor of the USC Student Fulbright Grants, will assist in recognizing our U.S. Student Fulbright Grant recipients. Established in 1946, the Fulbright program is the oldest and most prestigious program for study abroad. Grants are awarded to graduating seniors, alumni, and graduate students for graduate study, research, or teaching assistantships abroad. USC has had more than 100 students receive Fulbright grants, and we are recognizing 4 of the 6 2019 recipients today. Our first Fulbright grant recipient is Alexis Bantle, a senior in the South Carolina Honors College, majoring in biological sciences. Alexis is from Southport, North Carolina, and will use her Fulbright next year to conduct research in Germany.
Emily Fisher is our next Fulbright awardee. She is a senior in the South Carolina Honors College, double majoring in English and psychology. Emily is from Summerville, South Carolina, and will be serving as a Fulbright English teaching assistant in Spain next year. She could not be here today. Tamara Sullivan is our next Fulbright recipient. Tamara is a senior in the South Carolina Honors College studying chemistry. She received a Fulbright study grant to pursue a master's in public health in Taiwan. Tamara is from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Our final Fulbright grant recipient is Danielle Wood of Virginia Beach, Virginia. She's a senior majoring in music performance with a minor in mathematics. Danielle received a Fulbright grant to conduct research in Germany next year. Dr. Mike Matthews, chair of the USC NSF GRFP committee, will assist in recognizing our National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellow. National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowships are valued at $138,000 over a 3-year period for study and research, leading to master's or doctoral degrees in research-based programs in mathematics, natural, physical, behavioral, and social sciences, as well as engineering. One of the university's 10 NSF Graduate Research Fellows will be recognized today.
Noemi Glazer is an undergraduate winner of the NSF Graduate Research Fellowship. Noemi is a senior McNair Scholar from Fairfax, Virginia. She is earning dual degrees in mathematics and computer science with a minor in music in the South Carolina Honors College. Noemi also received the Department of Energy Computational Science Graduate Fellowship, but accepted the NSF Fellowship, which will fund her doctoral study in computer science. Thomas R. Pickering Graduate Fellowship Awards provide funding to students as they pursue master's degrees at institutions throughout the nation in preparation for employment as foreign service officers with the U.S. Department of State. USC's 2019 Pickering Fellow is Adriana Bowman. Adriana is a senior in the South Carolina Honors College, economics major with minors in Chinese and political science. She is a recipient of the Benjamin A. Gilman Scholarship and the Critical Language Scholarship, both for study in China. She is currently on a Boren Scholarship studying Hindi and is unable to be with us today. Luis DeSau, Rotary Scholarship Advisor, will assist in recognizing our Rotary Global Grant Scholar. Rotary Global Grants provide $30,000 to $50,000 for 1 year of graduate-level study abroad in one of 6 areas of focus as designated by Rotary International. Scholars are sponsored by local Rotary clubs.
We are pleased to recognize our 2019 Rotary Global Grant Scholar, Harrison Cohen. Hanson is a senior in South Carolina Honors College from Brentwood, Tennessee, majoring in biochemistry and molecular biology with a minor in Spanish. His application fit into Rotary's focus on disease prevention and treatment, and he will use his Rotary Global Grant to pursue a Master's of Epidemiology in Columbia next year. He is sponsored by the Rotary Club of 5 Points. The Harry S. Truman Scholarship is awarded to juniors to support the next generation of public service leaders. Students must be nominated by their university, and this year, 62 recipients were selected nationally on the basis of academic ability, a strong record of service and leadership, and a commitment to a career in public service. Bennett Lunn is USC's 10th Truman Scholar. Bennett is a junior from Aiken, South Carolina. He is pursuing a BARS degree focused on jurisprudence and education policy in the South Carolina Honors College. Bennett is currently participating in the South Carolina Washington Semester Program, interning in Majority Whip James E. Clyburn's office, and is unable to be with us today. The U.S. Department of State funds critical language scholarships as a part of the National Security Language Initiative, a U.S. federal government effort to expand the number of Americans studying and mastering critical need foreign languages. This year, 4 South Carolina students will be participating.
Our first scholar is Madison Bradley. Madison is a sophomore South Carolina Honors College McNair Scholar, majoring in international business and finance, with minors in French, Islamic World Studies, and African Studies. Madison is from Richmond, Virginia, and will be studying Arabic on her CLS program this summer. Nicholas Ferguson is our second CLS scholar. Nicholas is from Cincinnati, Ohio, and is a junior Army ROTC student and is a double major in international business and management. As a CLS scholar, Nicholas will be spending his summer studying Chinese. Our next scholar is Avery Krall. Avery is a sophomore STAMP scholar from Roswell, Georgia, studying classics, philosophy, and global studies in the Honors College. This summer, Avery will study Arabic as a CLS scholar. Kylie Turdali is our final CLS scholar. She is a sophomore McNair Scholar from Camarillo, California. She is pursuing a Barsk MD degree with a focus in biology in the Honors College. She will study Indonesian as a CLS scholar this summer. This completes the recognition of our national fellowships and scholar recipients.
Dr. Denise Wellman and Ms. Courtney Worsham, Omicron Delta Kappa faculty advisors, will present the award for Omicron Delta Kappa. The recipient of the Joseph H. Gibbons ODK Outstanding Senior Award is Hannah Moore, an exercise science major from York, South Carolina. Dr. Gwendolyn Guidell, Phi Beta Kappa Executive Council President, and Dr. Christy Friend, Phi Beta Kappa Executive Council Member, will now present the Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society's Freshman Scholarship Awards. The 6 recipients are sophomores. Hunter Damron, a computer science and mathematics major from Edgemoor, South Carolina. Joseph Dickinson, a mathematics major from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Cameron Iacarino, a biological sciences major from Ramsey, New Jersey. Jessica Johnson, a biological sciences major from Lake Wiley, South Carolina. And the following students who could not be here. Lauren Martin, an experimental psychology major from Greenville, South Carolina. And Mary Sullivan, a biological sciences major from Goose Point Farms, Michigan. The next Phi Beta Kappa honor is the George A. Walkup Phi Beta Kappa Award, which is presented to 2 senior students. Claire O'Coin, a biological sciences major from Greenville, South Carolina, and James Mason, a biological sciences and Spanish major from Columbia, South Carolina.
Dr. Dennis Pruitt, Vice President for Student Affairs, and Vice Provost, and Mr. Luke Rankin, Student Body President, will present the Richard A. Rempel Faculty Award, followed by the President's Awards. The Richard A. Rempel Faculty Award goes to Dr. Anna C. Edwards, Associate Vice President for Student Life.
The University of South Carolina President's Award recipients are Claire O'Coin, Anna Bagnell, Molly Beeman, Gretchen Bowler, Michael Clinton, Catherine Cohen, Anna Cook, Shivali Desai, Catherine Farrell, Lauren Flintham, Julia Faunshell, Annie Gutman, Claire Hatchton, Mills Hayes, Courtney Hogan, J. Colin Hungerpiller, Amber Jackson, Delaney Jacobs, Mia Jonty, Valerie Kay, Mary Kate Lawlor, Lev Looney,
Michaela Luhan, Caitlin Lynch, Callie McLean, Emily Mewborn, James Moran, Stephanie Muni, Celine Pexanar, Jacqueline Phillips, Kelly Poe, Olivia Rosinski, Rose Steptoe, Tamara Sullivan, Drake Turnquest, Sarah Wallum, John Warrington, and Taylor Wright.
Dr. Harris Pastides, University President, will now present the Stephen N. Swanger Leadership Award, followed by the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Awards for this year.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, on this beautiful day on the historic Horseshoe. But you know, it would be beautiful even without the weather. It's because of the ceremony. It would be a beautiful day even if it were pouring rain. Do you agree? This is one of our favorite days, maybe surpassed only by commencement along with the ring ceremony. I'm sentimental this year, my last university award ceremony. I'll be graduating with you in the class of 2019. How many seniors are out there today? We are going to have a great time. Patricia and I are so looking forward to it. We're going to go to all 3 commencements. on May 10th and May the 11th. We invite everybody here for a warm reception at the President's house immediately following the ceremony. We can take selfies, but if you could wait till Patricia and I get in the house, that would be even better. It's my great honor to announce this year's top award winners. The first is the Stephen N. Swanger Award, named for a former president of ODK, Omicron Delta Kappa, given to a graduating senior for exemplary leadership and for making significant contributions to his or her community. A student in the South Carolina Honors College, this recipient has earned a 3.9 GPA as a public health major with minors in business, in psychology, and in leadership studies. A Magellan Scholar Grant recipient and undergraduate research assistant, her passion for discovery has been evident throughout. She is a candidate for graduation with leadership distinction in professional and civic engagement. She has served as a mentor to many fellow students and as a volunteer in the Columbia community and beyond. Earlier today, she was presented with the President's Award. A University 101 peer leader, university ambassador, Pillars for Carolina extended mentor, dance marathon volunteer, and former vice president of Delta Zeta sorority, she has immersed herself in service to you and to us. Please join me in congratulating Molly Ann Beeman as the 2019 Stephen Swanger Leadership Award. And Molly, if you would walk up the steps to the platform here. The Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award is USC's top leadership award presented each year to the outstanding male and female graduate. The award was established by the New York Southern Society in 1926 and is given in recognition of character at 70 universities across the country. The first recipient of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award has maintained a 4.0 GPA as a biological sciences major. Earlier today, he received the President's Award and was also recognized with the Outstanding Biological Sciences Award. A member of the U.S. Army Reserve, serving as a combat medic, he has set his sights on medical school and a future devoted to healing the wounded. An undergraduate research grant recipient, he has completed 3 years of research and will soon be published in a peer-reviewed journal. Please join me in congratulating Michael William Clinton as our male Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award winner. The female recipient of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award is a biochemistry and economics major who has maintained a 3.93 GPA. A member of Phi Beta Kappa and a Magellan Grant recipient, she has presented her research at many academic conferences across the Southeast. A Mount Vernon Leadership Fellow and Washington, D.C. think tank honors program participant, she has worked to sharpen her skills as a public servant. An active and well-known volunteer in the Columbia community, she is the founder of the local chapter of a national not-for-profit and has been working to end food insecurity. A writer and former section editor for the Daily Gamecock and former managing editor of the Garnet and Black magazine, her talents indeed cross many disciplines. And earlier today, she as well received the President's Award. Please join me in congratulating Olivia Grace Roginski as our second Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award winner.
On behalf of the university, I would like to thank all of you, the parent. Oh, excuse me, everybody. I was giving you the opening remarks again. In other words, congratulations to all of the award winners. Your recognition is a reflection of the wonderful achievements you've made at Carolina. Your efforts have contributed to this university, and we sincerely thank you for it. We would also like to extend thanks to the faculty and administrators who have taken time to help honor these students by reading applications, nominating students, and presenting awards. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Please join us at a reception in honor of today's award recipients at the President's House after the singing of the Alma Mater by senior vocal performance major, Miss Stephanie Langford.